this week revealed a $200,000 check sent directly to Joe Biden from his brother James and his sister-in-law Sarah. Remember, at this time, James was still getting paid by the Chinese. Back in June, Biden slammed the Republicans' investigation into his finances. Here's what he said back then. Watch.
The bribery allegation, Congresswoman Nancy Mace says there's damning evidence in the FBI file that you sold out of the country. Do you have a response to the congressional Republicans?
Where's the money? I'm joking.
Mr. President,
It's a bunch of malarkey.
You know, it's interesting the way he taunts everybody. Where's the money? Where's the money? It's like it's a taunt. You know, Congresswoman, and look, to be clear, they made it real difficult to find the money because while he was vice president, according to James Comer, the oversight chairman, Joe Biden and his family set up 20 shell companies where money was moving into these shell companies and eventually distributed to family members. So when he says, where's the money, he means it because they made it real complicated to find the money. It looks like James Comer is finding the money, though.
Yes, he is. And that, just shows the colossal arrogance of Joe Biden and the fact that he's been able to get away with this for so long and that he's using the most powerful arms of government, FBI, DOJ, and everyone, including the IRS. Look how hard it was for us to get that information. If it had not been for our very slim majority and Jason Smith creating the whistleblower portal, we wouldn't even know about all the bombshell testimony that came from the two whistleblowers from the IRS and all that we learned from that. And we continue to go down and try to figure out what it is. Yes, it is a complex web, but Joe Biden knows. And I'll tell you something I learned in law school. The criminal lawyer or criminal professor that I had said, at some point, in some way, you will learn as you study criminal law that at one point, criminals will always lead you to the body one way or another. And Joe Biden, with his arrogance and his denial and his really the daring, go ahead, find the money. Well, we are finding the money. The question is, when will Merrick Garland and Lisa Monaco, who really runs the Department of Justice, actually do something and prosecute? Look at them going after these innocent parents at school board meetings, yet they don't. We have a major corruption scheme on our hands with the president of the United States covered up by these important and very powerful arms of our government.
Welcome back to Totally Based. I'm Joey Gaskin, and today we got to talk about this mystery check of Joe Biden's for $200,000. But before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on new content from me. Now let's get to it. All right, guys, so I don't know if you know, but Chairman James Comer and the House Oversight Committee are currently pursuing an investigation of the Biden family's domestic and international business dealings, just wanting to see if there's any compromising activity. Now, after the world found Hunter Biden's laptop, lots of emails surfaced exposing Hunter Biden's business associates, including the big guy, who would get a 10% cut from a payment of a foreign energy venture. But as we know, this whole thing is much bigger than Hunter. And just recently, they found a $200,000 check that Joe Biden's brother wrote to him. And it's raising eyebrows. But Joe Biden himself claims the entire thing is a witch hunt, saying the whole thing's a bunch of malarkey, saying, where's the money? Well, big guy, pretty sure the money is in your bank account. Take a look at this.
I heard there's something about a couple $100,000 loan that was washed through something that Jim Biden was doing and wound up with Papa Biden. What's that all about, Marjorie?
That's about this check right here, Larry.
Whoa.
This is a copy of the check that Joe Biden's brother, James Biden, wrote to him. And this is a classic example of money laundering. Here's what happened. James Biden wrote this personal check from his personal bank account to his brother, Joe Biden, on the same day that $200,000, which, by the way, is the same amount that this check is for, $200,000 went into AmeriCorps, a failing company that managed rural hospitals, and it was on the verge of bankruptcy. $200,000 went into that company, and then AmeriCorps wrote that $200,000 directly into James Biden's personal bank account. And on the same day, he wrote a check to his brother, Joe Biden. And do you want to know why a failing company was doing loan repayments with James Biden? Well, court documents reveal, the bankruptcy court documents reveal that James Biden himself said that because of his last name, it brought very strong political connections that could bring money in from the Middle East.
No.
Now, during the House Oversight Committee hearing, IRS Commissioner Daniel Werfel did his damnedest not to jeopardize himself. And I just thought it was pretty funny because Congresswoman Virginia Foxx continued just to press him. Take a look at this.
So if someone gave his or her family member, including a brother, a loan, would that person have to charge an interest rate equal to or higher than the current AFR?
I don't believe they would have to charge an interest rate. But again, if you're going to walk me into a hypothetical, I'd want to make sure that I'm getting it right and consult with my team. But I don't think they're required to provide an interest rate. It depends on whether they're going to treat it as a gift or a loan, and there's a lot of implications there.
Well, then I have a follow-up. If a rate less than, it's my understanding that there is an AFR and that it is to be charged. But if the rate is less than the AFR, so if it's somebody gives you a loan and they don't charge you an interest rate, then the loan is technically a gift, which carries certain tax implications. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. You answered
Sorry, yes.
Okay. So if someone gave his or her family member a personal loan of, say, $200,000, but an interest rate equal to or higher than the AFR at the time was not charged, would that loan then be considered a taxable gift?
Again, you're getting into a hypothetical where I'd want to know a lot of other facts and have kind of expert accountants with me advising. So I think it's dangerous for me to say yes or no unequivocally on a fact pattern where I'd probably need a lot more information. There might be other countervailing factors in play that would impact the...
Well, now what kind of countervailing factors would you hypothesize?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure where you're going with your fact pattern. I don't know.
Well, let's just. I'm just trying
whether there's someone that's been deceased, the timing of this issue.
Yeah, I'm just trying to determine if this loan does not have interest charged to it, then would that be considered a taxable gift? And other factors may come into play, but is it a taxable gift?
I don't know the amount. For example, there is a
well, I use $200,000.
Okay, fair enough. Again, at risk of walking through a hypothetical where I don't know the facts, as a general matter, yes, there's a tax. You're describing a situation that may have a taxable event.
Okay, great. Glad we were able to establish that.
What are you looking at? You've never seen a hypocrite before?
All right, guys, so what do you think? Is Joe Biden really caught in a wild and salacious money scheme with his family? And if so, if they made a movie about it, what would they call it? Let me know down in the comments. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.